But first, let's talk about this current class of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue recruits. They recently got a break from training at the regular training center, and Sue Levitt was there as they got the very valuable practice of fighting a real structure fire.
All right, when we go on the roof, you'll have full turnouts on. Toss through the air pack so you get the full feel of it, working with the saw, the air pack on.
You've earned the ability to be able to get a chainsaw in your hand and work appropriately. If you're at this station, you will not do anything else but pay attention to what's going on, visualizing in your head and preparing for your turn to cut with the saw. Understood?
Yes, sir.
This is probably one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. Getting to actually go up on that roof right there and cut with the chainsaw. That's one of the most exhilarating experiences I've had.
On ladder.
Copy, on ladder.
Sawyer Epstein is among 33 recruits here today, getting the chance to train on an actual home, something recruits in the past have not been fortunate enough to do.
You're going to find your back rafter, come forward. We're going to have a center rafter, a second center rafter, and then you'll find your fourth rafter.
It gets them away from the training center, and it's a different environment, and it's a different structure to look at. So they're used to looking at the tower all the time, and they know it. You know what I mean? They know the rooms, they know the ins and outs. So here is something completely different, and it makes it more real world for them too. So that's why it's invaluable training that they get to have that, no, we don't get every academy. Every once in a while we'll get something like this, but this is fantastic for these recruits.
This old house is going to be torn down tomorrow, so the recruits are going to have all day to train, cut through the walls, and saw through an actual roof. This is pretty cool and invaluable training they just can't get at our training center.
You get to see it hands-on, and that's what's really great. You know, actually using the K-12s and the chainsaws and going through the actual motions instead of reading it in a book. It's totally different.
Yeah, see, he can use that, push it into the ground. See how I did that? That's what I'm talking about. That was good, D. We get to go through and tear down absolutely everything. We get to tear to the ground if we can. You open up from around it and check for charring on the plywood where the flue is touching. Okay, if we get a flue fire, an actual fireplace and a fire.
By training in a home the recruits are not familiar with, they're forced to pay attention and really listen to instructions and also be aware of their surroundings.
Every house is different, every call will be different. This one in particular has a lot of add-ons from different contractors in different decades. So this is an older property, but it has additions on it from only like 10 years ago. So it's interesting to see how this is so unique.
The owner of the home had the chance to stop by to watch the recruits in action.
I think it's great that that they can get some use out of it, out of the property too. That you know, besides just demoing it and pushing it over, if they can get some value out of tearing it down.
I love these academies, and I love the fact that these recruits get out here and they get to do some extra training. So it's neat. Off ladder.
For City Beat, I'm Sue Levitt.
If you think you'd like to be a member of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, they're recruiting the next class right now through November 11th. Just go to lasvegasnevada.gov/firejobs. Thank you, Sue Levitt, for that story.